one of our videos without one of these moments.
Welcome back to MTV. It is time for a new series. It is time to be welcomed to the Void. The game changes now. Again. This is the first video in our series of Void videos. This first video in the series is going to cover what the big deal is with Void and why people are so keen to beat the NPC fight to get there. And we're also going to talk about exactly what benefits you get from unlocking all this cool shit.
Yes, absolutely.
So, without further ado, what is
the Void?
Well, the Void is areas 16 through 20, only accessible for limited times after they are unlocked from people contributing progressively rarer items. How do you access those areas?
Yes.
To access the Void?
Yes, right. So, you get to the Void by first defeating the epic NPC in the NPC fight. To do that, well, you'll want to go check out our video about how to defeat the NPC.
Yes.
Once you have defeated the epic NPC, you will unlock the ability to buy epic jumps, and on your first defeat, you will get an epic jump. An epic jump!
There's that thing in your throat again.
Yeah. You can move to 16 as long as you have an epic jump in your inventory.
Each area of the Void has its own level and stat caps. You can't have more than those.
So, on those stat caps, area 16 is the most limiting because it is the closest to the black hole that is the Void. The Void. As you move up, it is necessary to cook additional stats to meet the new caps, because without those caps, you can't survive your hunts and adventures, and you will not be able to do the dungeon, which we will talk about momentarily. Each area of the Void has its own unique debuffs. These make play much more difficult and force you to change your regular play routines. We will cover all of these in exact detail and the things you have to do to compensate for them in their respective videos. However, some examples are that in Area 16, you can't get loot from loot boxes. In Area 17, you cannot reliably farm. In Area 18, your enchants may disappear on each command and then come back on a later command.
Awkward.
These aren't even the worst of the debuffs.
No.
This is the easy stuff.
Moving up areas in the Void requires beating the area dungeon. The difference is, moving up is not automatic. You stay in the same area after being in the dungeon, and you can actually repeat the dungeon multiple times if you like.
This is very important because Void dungeons are very difficult. Every single dungeon requires an exact number of people. For D16, you need exactly 6 people. For D17, you need exactly 8 people. D18, 10. D19, 12. And D20, 14. So goes the theory. That could change between now and when we actually get the D20 video out. But anyway, anytime someone dies in a Void dungeon, the dragon absorbs them and increases its own damage dealt. And that means that it will very likely kill the next person on the next turn. So, at the time of recording, it is not really possible to carry Void dungeons. There's some exceptions, but just assume on not being able to carry. If you are in a Void area at the time that it seals, because they are only unlocked for a certain amount of time, you will get kicked out to top. So if it's that painful, why should we even do it?
Well, for some very good reasons. For every area in Void, you gain +1 TT for doing a super time travel from that area.
So that means if you do a time travel from Area 18, you get 4 time travels immediately. Mm-hmm. I can confirm this because I was TT65 when I time travelled from Area 18 and became TT69. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
In each area has awesome gear that can only be crafted in that area. These recipes usually require dark energy, which is a new mob drop from enemies in the Void. Drops of dark energy are strongly affected by your TT level. The higher your TT, the more dark energy you get.
Yeah. But that's not all. That's not all! Join the Void now and we'll also give you
a free VOIDOG pet. Defeating the dungeon can drop the VOIDOG pet, with a higher chance of getting it from higher Void dungeons. What's so good about the VOIDOG pet? Well, VOIDOG has the Resetter skill, which allows it to return all pets sent with it if its own time travel skill goes off.
And you have been making very good use of yours.
Oh, I have. I love my little VOIDOG, because me being me, I got my VOIDOG off my first successful Void dungeon.
I'd done 7 by the time you got yours.
It wouldn't be one of our videos without one of these moments.
But all of that is cool, but it is not the main reason to do the Void. The single most important reason to do the Void is the permanent buff that you will get to time travels. For every Void dungeon, the first time you complete it, you will gain a boost that gives you +1 time travel for every number of time travels completed. For D16, you get +1 time travel every 5 time travels. For D17, 1 every 4. For D18, 1 every 3. For D19, 1 every 2. And for D20, 1 every 1. Yes?
That means you double your TT every time you TT after you complete D20 for the first time.
Double your TTs! Double your TTs! Get your TTs now! Get on your TTs! I love your TTs! We need the TTs! Get your D20 done now!
Did not see that coming. Should have. Did not.
We want to thank the hard work of Epic RPG Dungeon Nexus server for enabling most of this information, and most especially to the following people.
Bob the Bob for running Nexus and providing a safe haven for us degenerate endgamers.
To Lanre for compiling observations on Void dungeon success rates and writing extremely neat, emojified, and easy to follow instructions for every freaking dungeon and area. Like, seriously, you have no idea how much work this man does in his spare time. And also to Will for providing tacos for Lanre. Thank you, Will.
Is that being a taco for Lonray?
Well, yes. Crunchy taco.
Nanachito for developing the Nexus Helper bot, without which Void dungeons would be so much harder, especially D16, and for putting up with his inane Fury crafting.
Eki for continuing to give us reasons to continue making videos, despite everything, including our apparently 3 viewers that we get. And, what? Where? What? Where? What? 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 Where? For telling us how their name should be pronounced. Now, anyway, I've been MT.
And I'm the Violet Bombshell.
This has been your introduction to the Void. And we will talk to you later in Area 16.
Bye!
Bye. Why people are so... Now, the completed. You... Time is of the essence.
Dragon essence, in fact.
Time dragon essence.
Anyway.
Oh,